Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Generational Wealth Management Saturday Morning Look Back Show. I'm your host, JB, back again with Andy here. Another awesome night in District 9 and District 10 football last night, Andy.
Yeah, it really was. I was at a game last night, Sharpsville and Sharon. Sharon knocks Sharpsville from the ranks of the unbeaten. Kind of the powers that be in District 9 kind of flexing their muscles a little bit. We've seen this, for the past few weeks now. And, a lot of points from some teams, some great defense from others. And, all in all, we're starting to see that separation, and it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, crazy. We're 6 weeks into the season already. We have 6 weeks worth of games, not that many more left. I mean, October's coming tomorrow. So before we get into too much more, let's take a minute to thank all of the sponsors that help bring the show to you.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today.
Allegheny Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegheny Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegheny Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleghenyElectric.com. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Specialty Fabrication and Powder Coating LLC is family owned and operated out of Franklin, PA. SFPC is actively seeking new talent and has openings at 2 plants located in Venango County. Those openings are either first, second, or third shifts at one or both locations. Check out the specific enrollment opportunities at www.specfab.com or send an email along with your resume to careers@specfab.com. SFPC is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you sick of all the madness and hassle of traditional fundraisers? Well, then let us give you a big, warm welcome to the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app. Thanks to Tap and Pay Plus, it's now easy for your team or group to gain online donations from supporters anywhere. Simply shop, earn, and support the team every single day. Learn more about our simple and easy fundraising app at www.tapandpayplus.com.
So, Andy, big thanks to our sponsors that help sponsor this show every Saturday morning for everyone in the District 9 and District 10 area. Before we get into Friday's games, let's go back a couple days to Thursday night. We had a big Thursday night game between Mercyhurst Prep and Eisenhower.
Yep. That's a game that you could watch right here on the YBL Sports Network. Again, it was all Mercyhurst Prep, 55-0 over Eisenhower, and Mercyhurst Prep is now 6-0, and they have outscored their opponents, get this, by a combined score of 341 to 33.
Wow.
I mean, that's just astounding. Big, strong, physical up front. They got a sophomore dual threat quarterback in Paul Johnson. They had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns against Eisenhower. JJ Ganska was just shy of 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, for the Lakers. Again, a very, I think when people at the start of the season in District 10, people just assumed that Farrell was going to roll to the 2A title, and we're still a ways off from that, and that very well could still be the case. But I'll tell you what, this Mercyhurst prep team's for real.
Yeah, and I see you got an interview with JJ here, so we'll play that for everyone.
Our Allegheny Girl of Foxburg player of the game, Mercyhurst Prep's JJ Ganska. Big game tonight. This is our Cole Orthodontic Associates post-game interview with convenient locations in Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren. You can get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. And JJ, you guys come out, take care of business right away. What was the game plan coming in offensively for you guys?
Usually we're a pretty good offense, I would say, but our defense is good too. But we had a couple players out on our offense, but we had our young guys come in and do their work, and we just succeeded the way we knew we could.
So you guys march right down the field, score quickly on the opening possession, turn right around, then you get a defensive score. How much confidence does that give you guys when your defense comes out and puts more points on the board?
That gives us a lot of confidence boost, knowing our defense can hold, and then we have our offense to run down the field and do their thing and get into the end zone.
And you were able to kind of pick your way through the defense, get to the sidelines a couple of times here tonight for some big runs, including a 95-yard touchdown run. What did you see when you broke through that first line on that 95-yarder?
We got a new guard since our guard was out, and I saw him come around the outside, and my fullback, they both hit somebody, so I bounced off his back and rolled out to the outside, and I knew my players were going to run with me and block for me, and I just love my guys for that, running with me and blocking for me.
And as a running back, when you get to break off a big run like that, how good does that make you feel when you cross into that goal line?
It makes me feel really good knowing I could run for that long and not die out and have that much energy, and makes the team boost up and know we can hope for our defense can get a stop again and get the ball back.
All right, so you guys move to 6-0 on the season, take a firm grasp on the top spot in Region 2. What do you guys have to do to keep this rolling forward, come away with a region title?
Get our guys back healthy and get our chemistry better, and just keep working hard at practice.
All right, Mercyhurst Prep's JJ Ganska, our Allegheny Girl of Foxburg player of the game. JJ, congratulations on the big win, and good luck going forward.
Thank you.
That was JJ from Mercyhurst Prep, part of 2 games that were played on Thursday night in District 10. Lakeview also beat Cochranton 20-12, and you can read those recaps on d9and10sports.com. Andy, what other games in District 10 from Friday night did you kind of stick out to you?
Well, Jared, why don't I start with the one I had the privilege to be at, Sharon and Sharpsville. Sharpsville came in with a 5-0 record. Sharon at 4-1. Their only loss was on a walk-off field goal against Grove City. And Sharon, all 4 wins had come via shutout. This one did not, although it was pretty close. They shut down District 10's top scoring offense in Sharpsville, averaging well over 40 points a game, held them to 7 points. And Colin Summers, Sharpsville's quarterback, not just one of the top passers statistically, not only the top passer statistically in District 10 through 5 weeks, but one of the top passers statistically in the state. And Sharon's great defense was as advertised. They shut down that potent Sharpsville offense, and it was just, and they controlled the ball offensively on the ground, and just a very, very impressive performance from the Sharon Tigers.
And you had an interview with someone, like what's his name?
Yep.
Mr.
Had got a chance to talk to Mr. Ham after the game. He was the quarterback was over 100 yards rushing, and also threw a 25-yard touchdown pass, and it had some big plays on defense as well. Kind of did a little bit of everything for Sharon on Friday night, and again, very, very impressive. He stepped into the quarterback role this year for the first time. Has really done a solid job.
Yeah, let's see what he had to say about the game.
Tigers, Mr. Ham, 26-7 winner over Sharpsville. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
How were you guys? They came in averaging over 40 points a game. How satisfying was it to shut them down the way you
It was
did?
very satisfying. You know, having a defense like ours and having an offense like theirs, it's going to be a competitive game, but we did pull through with the W. So.
And offensively, you guys did what you do. You ran the ball effectively, made some big throws when you had to as well. Talk to me about the offensive game plan.
We knew we could have pounded it early, so that's what we did, and passing game worked when it should have worked. So,
what makes this defense so good?
our linebackers. It starts with Bryson, then you got Cortez, and then them guys and everybody coming together, and it's just wholesome. So that's what really keeps us together. It's just wholesome.
And you guys, long, sustained drives. How satisfying is that to put together 10, 12, 15-play drives and then stick it in the end zone?
It was very satisfying. You know, we were gassed, but, you know, we pulled through and got in the end zone as we should have.
You guys are 5-1. How can you continue to get better?
Discipline. We got to stay disciplined, and we got to take stuff like this for granted and then go on to the next, and also go on to the next week.
All right, mister, thanks so much. Congratulations.
Awesome win for the Sharon Tigers. And speaking of awesome names, you know, you got to interview Mr. Ham. I got to interview Blaze Myers from McDowell, and with McDowell getting a big win over Cathedral Prep 23-13. Did you hear anything about that game?
Yeah, and Blaze is, again, another first-year starter at quarterback. He's been very efficient. Not a big game statistically for him tonight, but just took care of the football. And in a rivalry game against Prep, that's huge. McDowell set the tone right from the get-go in this one. Stephon Baby Porter returning the opening kickoff, 92 yards for a touchdown. And this is a rivalry game. This was a revenge game for McDowell. McDowell came into that game last year. I think, there's never really a favorite in that game a lot of years, but Prep won that game last year, 41-0. So, McDowell, I think, definitely had revenge on their minds, and they got it tonight.
Yeah, definitely a big turnaround, especially with the score you just said for that. But let's take a look at Blaze's interview I was able to get with him. All right, I got McDowell's Blaze Myers, part of our Generational Wealth Management Saturday morning look back show. This interview is sponsored by Cole Orthodontics Associates with convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren. It's easy to get your game-winning smile at Cole Orthodontic Associates. Blaze, first off, awesome name. That's pretty cool. And you also had a big win against Cathedral Prep tonight. Talk about the win a little bit.
Yes, sir. It was a very great team win. We had control the whole game, and we kept that, and it was really good for us.
What's it mean to you and the team to beat a team like Cathedral Prep? I know they're like one of the better schools up there in your area, and you guys coming off a tough loss last week to bounce back to beat them. What's that mean to you guys?
I mean, it means everything right now. That was really big season, game-changing game, and we're just looking to build off of that and succeed the rest of the season.
What's the confidence like for you guys moving forward? Like, you just said that you're going to try to build off that, but like, what's the vibe with the team right now looking at this win?
I think we're all really excited for the rest of the season. That game just showed what we can do, and we're looking to do that every week after that.
And defensively, you only held them to 13 points tonight. Talk about who kind of stood out on defense to kind of keep them at where they were at.
I'd say our whole defense did great, but I'd have to give it to Jake Howard and Don Baraducci. They're our leaders out there on defense, and every play they go 110%.
Offensively, who made some key plays for you guys to get the touchdowns that you needed to win the game?
Our line blocked great, running the ball, passing the ball. But once again, Jake Howard played amazing, Don Baraducci, Stephon Porter, basically everybody.
All right, Blaze. Hey, thanks for hopping on to this interview real quick with us on the Generational Wealth Management Saturday morning look back show. Congrats on the win, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Definitely a big win for McDowell this year. It looks like we had Brian was up at the Franklin game, I believe, Andy.
Yep, he had Franklin, Warren, and Jared. This was a big win for Franklin, not just on the scoreboard, 35-0, but this is a Franklin program that had lost 20 consecutive games going into this one, so they snap a 20-game losing streak. Again, a very proud program that had a lot of success over the years, struggled in recent years. So that's got to feel good for head coach Matt Turk and all those players that have kind of taken their lumps the past couple of years. They get a big win tonight, and again, feel really good for them.
Yeah, it looks like he was able to interview Mr. Cole Buckley. So let's see what Cole had to say about the game.
Franklin's Cole Buckley, our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. This is our Cole Orthodontic Associates post-game interview with convenient locations in Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren. You can get your game-winning smile at Cole Orthodontic Associates. And Cole, first of all, you get a 20-game losing streak here. You pitched a shutout. How are you feeling right now?
It's great. It's all smiles across the locker room. Coming to this game, we thought we could win, and we executed. We did what we were supposed to do.
You guys were without a couple of your key offensive contributors tonight. You step in at the quarterback position and lead a scoring drive right off the bat. How much confidence and momentum can that opening the game with a scoring drive give you guys going forward?
Yeah, it gave me a lot. It gave me the green light to feel like I could do anything. Going into this, I was a little nervous. I haven't done it in a long time. And then that just happened, and I just felt like I could do anything with the ball.
And what did you see on that first touchdown pass to Weibel? I mean, you had to scramble a little bit, but it looked like you were keeping your eyes downfield and then threw across almost halfway across the field. What did you see as you were scrambling that told you that Weibel was open there?
I was the pocket collapsed. I was looking for something, looking for anything, and I just saw his hand wave. Then I had to double check because coaches always tell you, no late over the middle. Double checked. No one was there. Plopped it over the linebacker's head, and then he did the rest.
And then later in the first half, Warren marches way down into your territory. Your defense comes up with a big stop, and then on the very next play, you take a long touchdown run. Again, how much confidence can your defense coming up with a big stop like that give you when you come back out on the field for offense?
It gives us all the energy in the world. Our linemen stepped up. They did what they were supposed to do, and let me do what I was supposed to do, and it helped tremendously. Our defense backed this game, backed previous games. We knew it's our strong suit, and we did it.
And again, this has been 20 games for you guys since you've had this winning feeling. How much does that let you play a little bit, a little more loose going forward for the rest of this season now that you kind of got that monkey off your back?
Well, we're not satisfied. We're still hungry. We feel like we could go 5-5, but right now we're going to celebrate, and we feel like we could beat anybody.
All right, well, we will let you get back to that celebration. Again, our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game, Franklin's Cole Buckley. Cole, congratulations on the win. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome to see a 20-game losing streak get snapped. But Andy, do you see Franklin kind of using this win as some momentum move the rest of the season?
I absolutely do. And Cole kind of talked about he's a very good athlete, but he not their quarterback. He stepped in and played quarterback tonight, did it very effectively. Yeah, they have some very winnable games, on their schedule down the stretch here. So I think it's very possible for Franklin to continue building off of the momentum from Friday's shutout win over Warren. Absolutely.
Yeah, and before we move on to some District 9 talk, we got a couple Saturday games in District 10 in Erie and St. Francis and Oil City at Meadville. What do you see in those games? Actually, they're later this afternoon.
Yep. So St. Francis has played a District 10 opponent this year, Cathedral Prep. Prep beat them actually in 6 overtimes a couple weeks ago. Erie is a much improved ball club, especially defensively, very stout defense. Andre Henderson is doing a real good job as head coach of that program. Kind of date myself, actually played against Andre in high school, but Erie's much improved. Oil City Meadville is a showdown. It'll likely determine the Region 4 champion. I think it's a game last year that Meadville kind of dominated, and I think Oil City might be coming in with revenge on their mind, but that's much easier said than done because this Meadville team. They do what they do. They play stout defense. They have a tremendous rushing attack, as does Oil City too. Of course, Ethan Knox continuing to put up ridiculous numbers once again this year. He, as long as he holds true to form down the stretch, he will become District 10's all-time rushing leader. a record that's actually held by former Meadville standout Journey Brown, who of course went on to play at Penn State. But yeah, a couple of very interesting games on the docket Saturday in District 10.
Yeah, for sure. So let's take a quick break here, and we will come back with some District 9 action from last night.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today.
Allegheny Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegheny Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegheny Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleghenyElectric.com. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Specialty Fabrication and Powder Coating LLC is family owned and operated out of Franklin, PA. SFPC is actively seeking new talent and has openings at 2 plants located in Venango County. Those openings are either first, second, or third shifts at one or both locations. Check out the specific enrollment opportunities at www.specfab.com or send an email along with your resume to careers@specfab.com. SFPC is an equal opportunity employer.
Are you sick of all the madness and hassle of traditional fundraisers? Well, then let us give you a big, warm welcome to the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app. Thanks to Tap and Pay Plus, it's now easy for your team or group to gain online donations from supporters anywhere. Simply shop, earn, and support the team every single day. Learn more about our simple and easy fundraising app at www.tapandpayplus.com.
Another big shout out to all of the sponsors that help bring this show every Saturday morning to you guys. Andy, some District 9 games last night. Any District 9 games kind of stick out to you?
Yeah, I think, just looking at a lot of teams just continue to take care of business. Well, there's Chris popping in to join us, and he can kind of talk to, speaking of teams taking care of business, Central Clarion, another big win tonight. And I'll kind of give Chris the floor as he covered broadcast that game for us here in the Whitehall Sports Network.
Yeah, before we get to that one, though, guys, got to talk about the Cameron County Bucktail game. 30-28 already, as you see the score, probably the best game of the night in District 9, but maybe made more impressive by 2 touchdowns by Cameron County in the final 7 minutes of that game to win it. Maddox Boffman scored on a 1-yard run with about a minute and a half, minute 40 to play to win the game. And that was after they were down 28-14 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I saw they were down because I was kind of doing some score watching last night, and then I saw the final score, and they ended up beating them. So that does sound like a really good game in District 9 last night.
Yeah, it really was. And, mine, and I know, Andy, you're like, well, they just continue to roll. But for the second time in 3 weeks, I think some of Central Clarion's flaws were exposed. They don't defend the run very well. I mean, look, I know that everybody, and this is going to be an unpopular opinion, okay? I know everybody looks at them. I know everybody thinks that this is a special team. And they're a good football team. Don't get me wrong. You don't put up the number of points they put up and not be a good football team. They've got flaws that if they don't fix them here in the next couple of weeks, will be exposed, if not in the district playoffs, then in the state playoffs. And one of those major flaws is the run defense. And teams line up and teams run the football against them. We watched Punxsutawney run the football against them. Watch Karn City again tonight run the football against them. Their only saving grace right now is that these teams are pretty much one-dimensional teams running the football against them. And if they get down, it's hard to come back. But Karn City had the perfect, and I mean the perfect game plan. I give Joe Sherwin and his coaching staff a lot of credit. They won the opening toss. They decided they were going to take the football. Now, I'm not usually a big proponent of taking the football if you win the toss. I think it's important to get that football to start the second half. Tonight, I thought it was a brilliant idea, because how do you slow down an offense that looks like it's unslowable? You don't give them the football, right? And they took the opening kickoff and they just did what Karn City does. They methodically marched down the field, took off almost 8 minutes off the clock. They looked like they were in prime scoring position. They were inside the 10-yard line. Now they were facing a 4th and 4. They tried to run, gave it to Braden Slater, and then Jace Ferguson took over. I don't know if there's any more words that can describe what this kid means to that team, and the fact that he is unquestionably the best player in District 9. There's not even another player that I think comes into the stratosphere of what Jace Ferguson is right now. Kid was heading to about he was trying to hit the edge. He's about the 8-yard line. He's probably going to be stopped short. But, that's still going to back Central Clarion up at about its own 8-yard line, right? Jace Ferguson comes up, not only makes the tackle, takes the football away from him, and goes 89 yards the other way for a touchdown. There's no defense to that. And it just changed the whole complexion. But even that, it's 15-0 at halftime. It's not like they're putting up great points at half. It was 29-14 or 29-14 or 29-15, I guess, at the end of the third quarter. They scored an early fourth quarter touchdown. And then they scored, honestly, what they were, 2 garbage touchdowns at the end of the game. 2 garbage time touchdowns, I should say, not garbage touchdowns. 2 garbage time touchdowns with their first stringers in. We can debate this all day. I've had this debate with some people. I'm not a large fan of throwing the football up by 21 with 6 minutes to go. I think it leads to opportunities to get kids hurt. I don't want to see Jace Ferguson get hurt. He's the franchise. If they have any hope of winning come state playoff time, they need a healthy Jace Ferguson. And then they scored a touchdown with like 3 minutes to go. And with first teamers in, and you can argue Karn City had first teamers in as well, but it is what it is. But it makes the final score look a little different than what the competitiveness of the football game really was. And again, I have concerns about, I've watched Punxsutawney run all over them, and now I watch Karn City run basically all over them. And Andy, you were there last year. You watched what Westinghouse did. At this point in time, if you're Central Clarion, I know you don't want to look past District 9, obviously. You've got to win District 9. But don't you have to figure out, how do you beat Westinghouse? How do you beat the Pharaohs of the world? And you're going to have to stop the run to do that, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. Both those teams run the ball. They ran the ball very well last year, running the ball very well this year. There's no question about it. As you allude to, the run defense, is a concern for them. Those are two teams that do that very effectively. And as we all know, especially like when the weather starts to turn bad, like late into October and into November, that becomes even more important, that running game. So yeah, that's something that they're going to have to figure out between now and then if they want to, if they have any aspirations of doing something beyond just District 9.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to take anything away from them. I had a really good football team, okay? I mean, they're a football team that's explosive offensively, many scoring drives of under 2 minutes, big plays all over the place, guys that can't be covered because there's so many of them against anybody in District 9. Again, does that change a little bit against the Westinghouses and the Farrells of the world? Yeah, it probably does, because there's more athletes on those teams than you see on a normal District 9 football team. And so Central Clarion has the advantage of having more athletes. They out-athlete people. Ethan Burford had a monster game, and it was only like 99 or 98 yards receiving or something like that. He was our player of the game, actually. But he had a couple of big-time touchdown catches, including one where he just went straight down the middle of the field and burned everybody, and good players. And so, you had Dawson Smale, Cohen Kemmer, Tommy Smith. Hayden Hindman had a touchdown from the tight end spot tonight. Noah Harrison, Noah Nazer running out of the backfield, Brady Quinn running out of the slot. They're offensively, there is a lot to love about Central Clarion football team. But again, I think at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the defensive side. And, as we head into week 7, you're running out of time to figure out whether or not they can actually fix some of the problems that they have had against the run game. Another fantastic game, and I haven't even had a chance to dive into this one yet as we speak here on Friday night about what was going on. But that Punxsutawney DuBois game must have been a heck of a football. Jared, did you have an opportunity to see anything?
I did. I got to catch the fourth quarter. They were down. Punxsy was down. They were up, then they were down, and then they scored a touchdown late, got a 1-point lead, and then made 2 big defensive stops at the end. They got a 4th down stop. They had the ball, then they kind of didn't run the whole clock out, gave DuBois another chance, but still made the stop and got the ball back and ran the clock out. But I think that was a big win for the Chucks, and they had a rough couple games against like Central Clarion and Red Bank, but I think that's a big win for them against like a decent DuBois team. I know DuBois is kind of struggling at the quarterback position, but I think that's a good look for Punxsutawney moving forward.
No question. That was a big win, and another great game. A couple of those, obviously that game and the Cameron County game were fantastic games. Shout out to Bradford. They're 3-3 after beating Montauk. The Owls, in the rebound from losing 86-0. And boy, does that, wow. Next week, Central Clarion goes down to Montauk. Montauk just lost 40-21 in a game. They were down 40-7 to Bradford, and Bradford lost to Central Clarion 86-0.
That kind of is what it is at this point. But just to touch a second more on Bradford too. I think mentally to bounce back from such a lopsided loss like that tells me a lot about what that football team's made of. And again, this has kind of been a bounce back year for Bradford. We talked about breaking the long losing streak, and to be at where they're at, 500, 6 games through the season. I think they would have taken that at the start of the year.
Yeah, no question. Nice win for Brookville up at St. Mary's, I think. Looking at that, thought going in they were probably better. Brockway, wow. I don't even know what to say at this point. Like, I don't understand what I'm watching sometimes when it comes to Brockway. They were up 7-0 on Smethport at halftime. And they ended up winning 41-0. But Andy, in a million years, did you think you'd have heard 7-0 at halftime?
No, in fact, I was checking the scores at halftime of my game, and I saw that score, and I'm like, holy cow! I thought it, and this is no disrespect to Smethport, but I thought it would be a lot more than that. And again, we talk about Brockway, a team with very high aspirations coming into the season. Top 10 in the state in Class A at one point, and Yeah, they're kind of struggling a little bit right now, trying to, reestablish their identity. And so very curious to see, how they play, down the stretch of this regular season because
maybe they found some mojo in that
yeah.
second half.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what they needed. They needed to have a second half like that. And maybe they found some mojo. We'll find out next week. We've got that game on Sports 7. Rock Bay is the Keystone. It'd be a pretty competitive game. Keystone, I think, is playing a lot better. They were down at halftime to Ridgeway, came back and beat Ridgeway in Johnsonburg 35-20. I think that could be a really interesting game next week that Coach Weiser and I have. And, I think Brockway's got to be the favorite, but we did that game last year, and Keystone gave Brockway everything they could handle a year ago. So it's one of those games where those teams play really good games against each other, and that's where things are at there, I think. So because I know we have Coach Weiser actually interviewed Mason Burford tonight. And, I'll let you guys get to that, and then I'll let you guys get back to your show. I've got some work I got to do on my end, but keep up the good work on this, and we'll talk soon.
All right.
Sounds good, Chris. Thanks, buddy.
All right, let's play the Mason interview.
That you saw that led you to believe that you could get open on that pass?
Just the one-on-one coverage, no help from the defense. That's usually a look that we sometimes get, and we just take advantage of it and throw it up, I guess.
So what are some of the things that you did to prep for this week's game?
We looked a lot. We mostly focused on the defense this week. Karn City runs a tricky offense, and I think we capitalized pretty well, at least the second half over the game. And yeah.
There's what do you attribute the passing and scoring game for your team's been just outstanding this year. I mean, you've been one of the top scoring teams in the state. What are some positives?
I mean, we just have so many athletes. We have a great quarterback, great receiving core, great running back core. We can do everything. They can't only guard the receivers. They got to get some run support in there too, opening up the receivers and everything. So yeah, our offense is just, and the O-line, great at blocking, giving Jace time to throw. It's just a great offense in general.
You and Jay seem to have some great time in between each other. This is the third game I've got a chance to watch. You seem to have like a second sense of where he's going to throw the ball. Is there anything that you guys work together all summer?
Yeah, lots of 7-on-7 sparks every single morning, working out. And thank Coach Ferguson. He talks about that almost every single offensive practice, timing. Get that down, and it's going to be there. It's automatic every time.
Well, we want to wish you good luck the rest of the season. Stay healthy. And we've got to ask you to kind of put this.
Yeah, another big win for Central Clarion. Last interview we got, I was able to catch up with Landon March from Punxsutawney to talk about the Chucks win over Du Bois. I got Landon March from Punxsutawney, part of our Generational Wealth Management Saturday morning look back show. This interview is brought to you by Cole Orthodontics Associates with convenient locations in Du Bois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren. It's easy to get your game-winning smile at Cole Orthodontic Associates, and I think you had a pretty big game-winning smile tonight with a big win over Du Bois. Landon, talk about the win a little bit.
I mean, it was just a battle. I mean, every single play, went both ways, and we were ahead, we were behind a good bit, but really, I mean, at parts we struggled, but so much credit to my O-line and, Matt O'Hetrick, quarterback, for just, I mean, he really displayed his toughness, and we have, 5 sophomore starters on our team that have just, amped up our production a crazy amount. And I mean, I had a good game, but so much credit to my other guys too. It was just a team win.
Yeah, you guys were down a little bit. I know it was kind of a back and forth game, but you guys get down there late in the second half. What's the coach telling you guys to kind of motivate you to kind of get back on the horse, get the lead again? And
well, halftime we got spoken to very religiously to, get back. We kind of had to focus on preventing the big stuff, and perfecting the little stuff, like giving up a kick return and, fumbling or throwing an interception. It's just the little things like that, if we cleaned up, it could have been a lot better game. But, we came out the second half. Credit to DuBois with their blitzing, with their linebackers. I mean, we were not ready for that at all. But, we came in and just settled down, pound the ball 3-4 yards, just to kind of seal the game there at the end. And then, our receiver stepped up that second half crazy. Matto was just slinging the ball, great accuracy, and we were just catching the ball.
Yeah, and, you guys kind of had a tough stretch lately. I know you guys got a win against St. Mary's, but you also had tough losses against two of the better teams in Clarion and Red Bank. But getting a win against a quality DuBois team like this, what's it say about your guys' confidence in moving forward through the second half of the season?
I mean, we're looking forward to this. We were looking forward to the second half of the season the whole year. Not saying we thought we were out of it during Red Bank and Clarion, but we knew those were going to be tough games. And, even though I don't think our really score reflected on St. Mary's, they were still a tough team, and DuBois too. I think grinding out these wins and playing a full 4 quarters kind of is going to have us prepared for the postseason. And, we're going to have to, have great run stop defense against Carson City next week. But, I think it says a lot about our team to be able to, squeak out these wins. And, even Red Bank and Clarion, we played a great first half against both of them. It's just finishing that third and fourth quarter, which I think we showed tonight.
Yeah, and just talk about your defense. I know in the fourth quarter you guys are up by 1 now, and you made a lot of crucial stops there to kind of keep the ball or keep them from scoring that touchdown, because obviously any score that they get late in the game, that's the lead for them and with little time for you. But you guys kind of shut them down and was able to get the ball back and then run the clock out. So talk about some guys that stepped up on defense late in the game.
Well, as always, I mean, DuBois was in that part where they just had to pass the ball. And our 2 corners, Zach Presloyd and Logan Moore, they really clutched up on us. Linebacker pass drops, we got into our zones, and then we started, getting to the quarterback. That was such an important part of the game when the whole D line came up and ended up sacking the quarterback on 4th down, and we got the ball back. I mean, just little moments like that really showed our toughness, because our defense did struggle in that first half at points. And, we just all stepped up that second half, and we knew at halftime, we basically said, who wants it more? That's what we said on the field. Who wants it more? Just give a little bit more, give 1% more, every play, just got to do a little bit more and, work in our favor.
All right, Landon. Hey, I appreciate you hopping on to our Generational Wealth Management Saturday morning look back show. Congrats on the win and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Very well spoken, Landon March from Punxsutawney. I really enjoyed him hopping on for that interview. But any closing thoughts, Andy, before we wrap the show up?
Yeah, just a couple in each district. District 10 got mentioned. Cambridge Springs, another big winner tonight, 45-0 over Sagertown. Undefeated, we talked about Mercyhurst Prep. Cambridge Springs outscoring their opponents 309-43 so far this season. Got a showdown with fellow unbeaten Lakeview next week, so certainly looking forward to that. And, a trio of games in District 9 tomorrow, Canaan, Port Allegheny, albeit Auto Eldridge Sheffield, in the game you can watch right here on the YDL Sports Network. And West Branch is at Kerwinsville. So, again, it was a fun Friday night, some action on Thursday as well, and we'll see what Saturday brings, and yeah, just looking forward to it.
Should be a good time. Want to thank our sponsors again: Generational Wealth Management, David Jones Agency, Cole Orthodontic Associates, Allegheny Electric, Allegheny Grill of Foxburg, SFPC, and Tap and Play Plus. Definitely looking forward to our Saturday afternoon games. Awesome action last night. We will be back again next Saturday for our Week 7 recap. So, we're almost done with this season, Andy. But crazy indeed. But hey, thanks for everyone that tuned in to the Generational Wealth Management Saturday Morning Look Show. I'm JB. That's Andy. We'll see you guys on the flip side.